This right here is my bread maker, and it comes with a little recipe book that I may or may not have lost during the move. However, I found the online version. But what I love about it is it's just got the weirdest, funkiest breads, like a banana bread with buttermilk, a sour cream loaf. There's so many things you can make in this that I just want to try it out. I'm gonna test out all of the breads. I know you can make like jam and pasta dough and things like that. This is the like discontinued version and it still works really, really well. If you've never used a bread maker, it's literally like you chuck all of the ingredients in and it will bake most of the breads. I'm gonna start off with the banana bread. So let's get started. I've got this. The first step is actually to coat everything with some spray, which I don't usually do for any of these breads. Usually the bread maker just handles it. Really interesting is the way that the recipe needs to be done. You kind of put the ingredients in a specific order in order for it to mix. So we're starting off with half a cup of buttermilk, half a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature cut into cubes, but this butter is room temperature. I'm just gonna roughly chop it because it can handle it, and I've definitely done it when it has not been at room temperature and it's been fine. Ignore my rough chops. I could care less. I also just buttered my table. 2 eggs in this economy is insane. Oh, okay. Vanilla, it actually says a teaspoon. 1.5 cup of mashed bananas. So I've got these these are Thai bananas that are just mini, so I'm hoping this is enough banana because this is all I've got. I'm also mashing it in the bag because they were frozen. I'm just gonna, come on. That worked out actually relatively easily. 3/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 cup of sugar. That's a lot. We're doing 3/4, I feel like. We don't need it that sweet, I promise. We'll survive. 2 cups of flour. 1, 2. Chop some pecans. I'm not gonna put that much, I think. The thing it doesn't have is chocolate. So I'm gonna try putting in some chocolate. I've got a baking chocolate bar, so we're gonna have to see if that will work because I don't have chocolate chips. Oh, I have some pieces already pre-chopped up. I don't want to put a lot because this is pretty salted caramelly. With that complete, I'm just gonna make a little divot in the top so it doesn't sink to the bottom, and then I'm just gonna chuck all of these in. Oh my god, I put the nuts in before the baking soda and the baking powder. A teaspoon of baking soda and 3/4 teaspoon baking. How the heck am I supposed to do? 3/4. 3/4 to me. I'm gonna clear out the space and I'm just gonna chuck it into the bread maker. This bread maker is plugged in. This is the little contraption. All I have to do, take this, plop it in, and lock it in. Usually leave the handle sticking out because grabbing it is like a nightmare when it's hot. I'm gonna close it and then I hit menu 7. So it only takes 1 hour and 38 minutes. I don't know why it needs to be that exact, but usually if I use cold butter or I want the yeast to sit for a while, I would add a delay start, but nope. My only concern is that it's on a moving table and it's gonna shake. But the other thing the recipe says is I have to scrape down the sides for this one. So I'm gonna grab a spatula. I think I'll scrape it now. Sides are scraped. I'll probably try to see if I need to scrape it again after it's done mixing. But I think for now it's good. Like everything is mixing well and I'm gonna let it do its thing. She's done. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, she's hot. It says to like transfer to a wire rack, but the issue is like I can't tell if the top is this or the top is the bottom of the container, and you'll see why in a second. So I never know why or how to move it. Transfer her to here. Like, why is the sun doing this to me? I don't know how to go about this. I think this should be the top, not the, like, the dilemma is look at this. Come on. Is it coming out or no? Okay. Oh, I forgot to take the knife. Dang it. That is on me. I forgot to take the thing out when it buzzed. That's embarrassing. Foolish. I haven't used the machine in a while, so I totally forgot. Ugh, I'm so sad. That is so stupid of me. But this is definitely the top. I mean the bottom with a hole like that. So I'm just gonna let it cool. It looks so, so good. Actually so good. I'm so excited. I'm fasting. So what I'm gonna do is steal a slice from it and then give the rest to my family. I might give them the loaf and I will taste test. Look at that. So I don't waste it. I'm gonna just taste test that. I'm probably gonna have to come back after Maghrib because I am fasting. This is off to my family for iftar. I will be back to try that after Maghrib. It is Maghrib time. This is the loaf we are dealing with. I didn't end up having my plans, so we're gonna eat it alone. 2 more minutes. But I wanted to see what it tastes like. This is what it's looking like. I definitely did not put that much chocolate, for sure. It does smell very banana bready, and it is definitely very moist. So I will give it that. It also has a crust. We casually have 1 more minute until Maghrib. Hurry up! There it is. Okay, now for the taste test. Okay, I don't know if this is just because I'm eating the crusty one, but she's dense. Very, very dense. But the flavors are good. It kind of tastes like a biscotti. It's got the vanilla. I don't really taste the banana in it. It's not that sweet, which is really, really nice. Usually banana bread is pretty sweet. I'm not mad about it, but I feel like it's lacking in flavor. Like it needed some cinnamon, some nutmeg, probably more chocolate, maybe some blueberries. In comparison to all of the banana breads I've had in my life, I think it's a 5, but it's not going to waste. I'm going to eat it and I'll be back for the next bread soon. We are back. I've got the ingredients to make another bread. Today we are making carrot cake with pineapples, apparently. I've never seen this in my life, but we're gonna go ahead and go with it. So starting off with making the bread, we're just gonna chuck the ingredients in. Starts with nonstick spray, a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Got a 1/3 there. I'm hoping this one will be a lot less dry than the last one, but we'll see. I'm guessing that's what the pineapple is for. 2 eggs. Whoa, that was a crack. These eggs have such thick shells. 1, 2. Ow, these are like painfully sharp. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We learned from the last bread that this is a very plain recipe book, so I'm going to be putting in a little extra of the spices. 1/2 cup granulated sugar. That's a lot of sugar because surprise, surprise, there's a whole other type of sugar in here too. So there's like double the amount. This is the one con about having to do liquids first. Then the 1/4 cup brown sugar, firmly packed. All right. 1/4 cup firmly packed. Not anymore. 1/4 cup crushed pineapple with the juice. Ugh. Interesting. Okay, we've got 1/2. Oops. 1/4 is not even a dent in this can. That's not fair. That's such a waste. Just opt for something else in the recipe. Now 1 1/4 cup of flour. Oh. Baking powder, which came with the self-rising flour. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. How the heck do you do 1/4 of this? Yeah, I should have not done that on top of the bread, but yeah, okay. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. I think 1 teaspoon and a little. 3, 4. Why would you do more clove than cinnamon? Excuse me? Nah. Okay, watch, it's gonna be overspiced. 1 cup of freshly grated carrots. I have shredded carrots just because I can't be bothered to grate, and I think they should be fine. I'm gonna try to break them a little. Oh, feel like those chiropractor ASMRs. Ready? Pecans, and then I'm not doing raisins because my family will not eat this if I do. So there's my pecans. Gonna go ahead and put it in the bread machine. What did we say? Cake loaf. Oh, it's only an hour and 40 minutes. I'm gonna hit start. I'll see you soon. The bread is done. It's time to check in. I was low-key really scared because I will say that the bread was very liquidy when I put it in. Hopefully it's solid. Oh, it is. Okay. You guys can't see. What the heck is this? Why is she so flat? Look it. It's like... Why does it look like that, I guess? I guess it did say it was like a half loaf. But like that is really tiny, right? I don't think it's fully cooked. Ugh, it's dry again. Felt the tension on the knife. Uh-oh. Come on. No. This will be the first time the bread doesn't just slide out. I did spray it. Uh-oh. Sir, I did also take out the bread paddle. I remembered this time. How do I get it out? This thing is like half oil. How did it stick? The audacity. No. Okay, there's no way I'm serving this to people. Dang it. Yeah, it like stuck to the inside pretty badly. Look at that. It got really stuck in there. Maybe I'll make them cake balls. That would actually not be bad. Okay, it says it makes a 1.5 pound loaf. This is like 3 inches tall. Huh. Remove from the bread plant. Yeah, place it on a wire rack to cool completely. Excuse? What the heck is wrong with me? Of course that was hot. Okay, that ain't bread. But you can see it's definitely like a very oily, moist cake. I'm gonna let it cool before I taste test. So I dissected the the bread pan. Okay, and I got the little pieces. You can see the carrot is definitely carroting, but I'm not like mad about it. At least I don't think I will be, just because I always feel like carrot cake doesn't have enough carrot. So I feel like this highlights the carrot. Also, it smells so fragrant of the spices, and I'm obsessed with it. Oh my God, there's a car broken down on the bridge. If that needs to fold, what are you gonna do? Poor person. I feel I would be so stressed. Getting back to what we were here for, let's taste test. Oh, also the pecans are pecana-ing. Pecana-ing. I want to flip this over because last time the pecans either floated or sank. I forgot which one. I think they did the same in this batter just because the batter was like liquid. When I tell you, like when it was stirring, I was like, that's gonna make pancakes. Like I felt like something was wrong. But anyways, let's taste test. Okay, it's actually really good. It's not as like moist and buttery as like a normal, like the carrot cakes that you would get. I feel like also like if I had like a coat of the cream cheese frosting on this guy, it would be really good. But I'm going to be taking it to my family, and we're not really a sweets person. We're not a sweets family. So I think this as is really good. But I did put in like a tad bit more of the spices, and they're definitely showing through, but in a really good way. Like it's like a warm, flavorful like dessert. Like it's like carrot cake, but the spices are like ×2. And I actually am here for it. I'm also here for the carrots. The carrots being like this are really good. It really highlights the carroty, like the carrot part of the carrot cake, which I feel like is not very highlighted in normal cake. The pecans, I feel like if you like your nuts in your bread, go for it. I feel like they turn stale in the bread machine, and they're not like as crunchy as they would if I just sprinkled them on top. Oh my goodness, I just thought of if I put a scoop of ice cream in here with some pecans and like made basically apple crumble but with carrot cake, that would be really good for this. This one was really good flavor-wise. Something went wrong in the baking. It was probably user error, or maybe it's actually supposed to be a flatbread. I don't know. Regardless, it tastes good. And I think my one point would be to spray the bread pan extra so it doesn't do this. But I would rate this one, well, someone else is apparently going to rate it too. I would rate it a 7 or 8 out of 10. We have yet to get a 10. I've got all of the ingredients to make another fun recipe in this guy. So for this recipe, we are going to be making the cheddar breadsticks. I've only got this cheddar, so we're going to try to make it work. And then it's a dough recipe, so you make the dough in the machine and it will rise it and whatever, and then you have to bake it in the oven. So let's get started. First things first, I need to shred, how much cheese? 1 cup of cheese. It's kind of insane. Ugh. Oh, the other thing I'm gonna do is experiment and add in jalapeno. I think it will be good. Like, you can't go wrong with a cheddar jalapeno, I feel. That works. Perfect. I don't know why I was expecting it not to. Let me get a bowl. This is gonna take forever. I hate these because of this. What if I just... Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time. Maybe I'll just do little clumps of cheese. Ugh, fine, I'll follow the recipe. Give me like 20 minutes to shred all of this. I tried to use what I had. Okay, this is what I get. They like don't have integrity in the middle of these little things, and they just keep squishing in the middle. That seems like a cup, and then for all of the bits that didn't shred, I'm just gonna chop them so I don't waste. Now let's mix in the ingredients. I've got, does it say, place all the ingredients. Okay, 3/4 cups of water, 1/3 cup of oil. I wonder why olive oil. 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 1.5, terrible measuring on my part, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 3 cups of bread flour, 1 cup, 1.5, so I need 1/2 cup. I am so messy today. Sharp cheddar, cup, 1 teaspoon of paprika. Oh, okay. 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. 1, 2. How do you do a 4th? Okay, now let's move over to the bread machine. Okay, there's a lot of waste, and I'm not vibing with that. What did it say? Dough. What is dough? 8. I cleaned it because last time it literally whooshed the mixture, and it's now been burning, and it's not the smell I want in my house. And then this will do its thing. I'll be back once it's done.
Welcome back to an episode of Your Girl's an Idiot and she forgot to turn on her mic, but I went ahead and took the dough out. You can see it is amazing. It's very squishy and like easy to work with, so I went ahead and spread it out, and then the instructions said to cut it into these 2-inch strips that were 1/4 inch in height. I also wanted to prep the jalapeno because I said I wanted to try to sprinkle it on some of these. I was deciding if I wanted to like fold them in or what I wanted to do, but I decided I was just going to sprinkle them on top. I used the bag as a glove because I don't have any, and then I just chopped them really thin and then into quarters. I then totally forgot that we were using the bag as a glove and just touched them anyways, but I went ahead and just laid them on a few of the breadsticks. I didn't want to put them on every single one because I was worried they weren't going to turn out well, but then I went ahead and followed the instructions. They said to take the long strip and to just twist it and place it on the tray, which is what I did. And then I was like, this is ridiculously long breadstick. A, B, I was like, the twist is not going to be like, it's cute, but I just don't think it would work for me. So I was like, let me just cut them into these little functional strips and then just lay them on the tray. So I went ahead and spread them out thinking that these were going to expand, but the fun fact, they don't. I then thought I was putting them in the oven, but I was wrong there too.
Okay, psych. I forgot that I need to let them rest for 30 minutes and then brush them with oil. So I've let them rest. I don't have a brush, so we're just going to use my hand. I've got olive oil, and I'm just going to lightly pat them. With that, they are rested and oiled. They're off to the oven. The recipe actually made a lot of breadsticks. This is a lot for one person. Also, the twists, I see why it's twisty now, like why they recommend it, because this is just a piece of bread. The other thing I noticed is like so these ones I let rise a little bit more. And even with rising, they're pretty flat. Like I was expecting like Pizza Hut, Olive Garden breadsticks, but these are definitely like bread sticks. like regardless, I do think that the jalapeno was a vibe because these are looking a little plain. Like I'm gonna have to make some sort of sauce to dip them in for sure, but let's taste test. Now knowing what they are, I wish I put in a little bit more flavor, but other than that, I think they turned out really, really well. Definitely would prefer something a little bit thicker. I like a fluffier breadstick, but they're not bad and definitely gonna need some pizza sauce to dip them in.